Hello, thank you so much for joining me. As ever, I really appreciate it. I suppose, like a lot of people, I get fed up with always being bad news or news of what people are doing that isn't good. That rather than the bad news. I mean, there's bad news of the flood in Libya. Was it Libya? Oh, my mind is working through cotton wool today. And the Moroccan earthquake. And those are both bad news, but the way that people help one another, help others, that is far from bad news. But we hear these things so quickly and repeatedly. I mean, when I was little, we had to go to the cinema to hear the news on the Pathé News, and then it would be days old. And then when we got our television, we got the news once a day. But now it's in your face instantly, repeatedly. And then we've got the social media. And the social media can be a spreader of misinformation, a spreader of tittle-tattle, bad news. But over the past couple of days, I have had a wonderful experience of it working really positively. And it can do, it really can. On, was it Saturday? I've lost track of the days now. It must have been Saturday. I had a call from a neighbour to say, help. Her son, who is building just across the road, there's a small cat and it's just not moving. He is very allergic to cats. Could you please go and see if you can help? So I dropped what I was doing and over I went. And there was this tiny black and white cat, the one that's in the thumbnail. And it didn't move, and it hadn't moved for a couple of hours. So I was concerned that I didn't want to touch it in case it had been injured, because we were right on the edge of what is a busy little road. It started to rain a bit, and it got up and it moved about a metre into a bit of shelter. So I thought, right, okay, it doesn't appear to be injured. So I nipped home for some cat food. And there was a lady helping as well, and she was phoning the RSPCA and phoning the local vets and having to hold for ages on both to try and get some help and support. But it was difficult. Yes, the vets said that if we had a number from the RSPCA, we could take the cat in. Yeah, easier said than done. This cat was terrified, and the fact that I was wearing big gauntlets didn't help, but I was concerned that I didn't know if it was a feral cat, and I have a cat of my own, and I didn't want to bring anything into the house. Anyway, we couldn't catch it. We tried, and I said I'll put it on social media. And I left some food, and it was gobbling this food down. It was obviously ravenous. Social media, the next morning, I was out gardening. And it must have been Friday that had happened, because it was Saturday I was out gardening. So I hadn't got my laptop on. But when I finished gardening and came in, there had been messages between the sites that I had messaged, and a lady was willing to come and have a look. So together, two of the local charities, the Sandbach Animal Rescue and the Crewe and District cat rescue, they got together, and a lady from the latter eventually left Crewe where she was, came here, and we managed to get access to the site and went over, and with very gentle, patient persuasion, she got the cat to climb into the basket, and the lid was popped down. Off it went, and she arranged for the other charity, the Sandbach charity. They had somebody who acts as a fosterer, that it's gone to that person and will be taken to the vets, presumably on Monday morning for a checkout. But that was just a wonderful example of two of our small, unsung local charities. Yeah, we hear about the big charities, the ones with CEOs who have huge salaries. And I'm sorry, but I used to donate to those, but I won't any longer. I worked for 20 years with another small local charity, working with survivors of abuse. And as with cats, it's not easy to get funding. You have to work damn hard to get money. We had to with abuse, because people say, oh, it doesn't happen near me. Yes, it does. It happens anywhere and everywhere. So as well as doing the caring for the animals, the caring for the abused people, the fundraising has to go on as well. And it's a hard slog, and everybody's well aware that people are struggling at present. So this is not a shout out, a sing out for those unsung heroes, heroines who who give their time undauntingly for the small charities that make a big difference to people, to animals, to that little black and white cat. We don't know what had happened, how it came to be there. No questions asked, no questions could be answered, but it is being cared for. That's what is the best about human beings. That's what I respect in people. Not being able to stand up and spout and tell other people what they should do. There's far too many people who do that. Rather getting down and getting it done yourself. And there's a lot of people do that, but we don't hear about them. So here's a big sing out for those people. Thank you from every one of us. Thank you. Keep up the brilliant work. Cheerio for now. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.